continental financial institution and advancing Africa's development agenda. Some Ugandans who regularly make pilgrimages to Kibeho say that the holy site has become a place of profound spiritual and personal transformation. A total of 240 young women and men who have completed the third phase of Imbuto Zitoshye civic education program have pledged to become agents of change by actively participating in various government programs and contributing to their skills, knowledge, and efforts to the development of Rwanda. In international news, at least 55 people have been killed and hundreds remain missing after devastating flash floods swept through northern Nepal on this Wednesday. Welcome to our news in details tonight. President Paul Kagame has met with the President of the African Development Bank, Dr. Sidi Oldita, for the discussions on strengthening cooperation between Rwanda and the Continental Financial Institution and advancing Africa's development agenda. More reports. President Paul Kagame has met with the President of the African Development Bank, Dr. Sidi Oldita, for discussions on strengthening cooperation between Rwanda and the Continental Financial Institution and advancing Africa's development agenda. According to a statement issued by the Office of the President at Village Rugwiro, the meeting took place following the Africa Mindset Reset Forum, a two-day event being held in Kigali. The two leaders discussed Rwanda's partnership with the African Development Bank and exchanged views on priorities for promoting investment, strengthening economies, and accelerating Africa's development. The forum was organized by African School of Governance, an institution established by a group of leaders that includes President Paul Kagame. The African Development Bank has played a significant role in supporting Rwanda's development. By 2024, the bank had provided approximately $3.1 billion in financing for 96 different projects in the country. At the continental and international level, the bank was working with 54 African countries and 27 countries outside Africa. Between 1964 and 2024, the African Development Bank has provided a total of $112.5 billion in grants and loans to support 5,588 projects across different countries. Of these, 239 projects had been approved, 1,002 were under implementation, and 4,130 had been completed. The African Development Bank is also planning to invest more than $400 million in Rwanda's agriculture sector over the next 3 years. The planned investment is part of efforts to diversify the sectors receiving financing from the bank in Rwanda. Currently, infrastructure accounts for the largest share, representing 87% of African Development Bank committed investment in the country. Meanwhile, agriculture, communication, social development, and urban development together account for only 6% of the total value of African Development Bank funded project in Rwanda. The planned increase in agricultural financing is therefore expected to contribute to greater balance in the bank's investment portfolio while supporting Rwanda's efforts to strengthen agricultural productivity and economic development. Some Ugandans who regularly make pilgrimage to Kibeho say that the holy site has become a place of profound spiritual and personal transformation. They say that their experiences at the shrine of Our Lady of Kibeho have strengthened their faith, given them hope in times of difficulty, and in some cases brought changes they consider blessings in their everyday lives. More reports. Some Ugandans who regularly make pilgrimages to Kibeho say the holy site has become a place of profound spiritual and personal transformation. They say their experiences at the shrine of Our Lady of Kibeho have strengthened their faith, given them hope in times of difficulty, and in some cases brought changes they consider blessings in their everyday lives. The pilgrims are encouraging Christians from different parts of the world to visit Kibeho for prayer and to seek the intercession of the Virgin Mary, saying the experience of pilgrimage can leave a lasting impact on a person's life. Irene Ihesiboe is among a group of Ugandan pilgrims who visited Kibeho this week to pray, give thanks to God, and present their intentions through the intercession of Virgin Mary. Speaking to PACIS TV, Irene said she returns to Kibeho whenever she gets the opportunity because of the personal experiences and testimonies she has gained from her previous pilgrimages. Irene says she once arrived at Kibeho in poor health and could hardly stand, but later recovered and regained her strength. She considers the experience one of the many blessings for which she continues to thank God. Betty Namusoke Mutebi from the Archdiocese of Mbarara is another pilgrim visiting Kibeho. She says the shrines has become a source of spiritual strength and encouragement that helps her deal with the challenges in her daily lives. Mutebi says she has visited Kibeho 3 times in past 2 years, and each pilgrimage has left her with renewed strength, confidence, and joy. However, Father Jean-Marie Vianney Nizeyimana, the spiritual director at the Shrine of Our Lady of Kibeho, reminds pilgrims that simply reaching a holy place is not enough to bring a meaningful transformation. He says true value of a pilgrimage should be reflected in how Christians live in their lives after returning home. Father Nizeyimana calls on Christians to respect and value others, show compassion, share with those in need, and live honest and sincere lives. For the Ugandan pilgrims, their experiences at Kibeho continue to serve as a source of faith, hope, and encouragement, while the Church reminds all pilgrims that the ultimate purpose of pilgrimage is not simply to visit a holy place, but to return home spiritually renewed and committed to living out the values of Christian faith. Well, from Kibeho to Humba, northern province of Rwanda, a total of 240 young women and men who have completed the 3rd phase of the Imbuto Zitoshye civic education program have pledged to become agents of change by actively participating in various government programs and contributing their skills, knowledge, and efforts to the development of Rwanda. News in details. A total of 240 young women and men who have completed the 3rd phase of Imbuto Zitoshye civic education program have pledged to become agents of change by actively participating in various government programs and contributing their skills, knowledge, and efforts to the development of Rwanda. The group comprises 150 young women and 90 young men. They include students supported by Imbuto Foundation through its Edified Generational Scholarship Program who completed secondary school in 2025 and 2026 academic year, as well as talented young people and aspiring entrepreneurs participating in initiatives such as Ati Rwanda Ubuhanzi, the Imad Agribusiness Challenge, and the Innovation Accelerator Program. The participants underwent the training at Humba Leadership Development Center in Burera District, where they spent more than a week receiving a range of lessons and practical training. The program included physical exercises, lessons on Rwanda's history, and various discussions led by leaders from different institutions. Elisa Rugamba, one of the trainees who belonged to Ubudahemuka Group, said young people should actively participate in Itorero because the program helps them to gain a deeper understanding of Rwanda's history and prepares them to contribute to the country's future. The graduates pledged to become catalysts for positive change in different areas of society by participating in government programs and community activities including umuganda and citizen assemblies. They also expressed their readiness to use their knowledge and skills to provide training and support wherever their communities need them and to serve the country whenever called upon. Marie Alice Kayumba Uwera, Director of Unity and Resilience at the Ministry of National Unity and Civic Engagement, told the graduates that the motto they were given should serve as a reflection of the positive values and behavior expected of them in their personal lives, families, and communities. She encouraged them to live up to their commitment to becoming a source of success by taking concrete action, developing themselves, and contributing meaningfully to the development of the country, their families, and their own lives. She also reminded them that they are ambassadors of good governance and must demonstrate this responsibility through their conduct, fairness, respect for law, and commitment to serving citizens once they begin their professional careers. Children are participating in children's evenings across the Diocese of Butare are being encouraged to continue embracing the teachings offered through the program and to allow themselves to be nurtured so that they can develop good values and character. News in details. Children participating in children's evening across the Diocese of Butare are being encouraged to continue embracing the teachings offered through the program and allow themselves to be nurtured so that they can develop good values and character. The call comes as competitions involving children's evenings are being held across the diocese with the aim of developing children's talents while also providing them with meaningful activities and positive guidance during their school holidays. As students continue their school holidays, children across the Diocese of Butare are actively participating in various activities organized through children's evenings in parishes and their affiliated pastoral centers. As part of these activities, competitions have been organized bringing together deaneries across the Diocese of Butare. During visit to the Butare deanery, PACIS TV found children from Goma Parish competing against those from Cathedral Parish as they sought to determine which parish would represent the deanery. The children say children's evenings provide them with an opportunity to learn many valuable lessons. Father Jean-Paul Duhirwe, who is responsible for children's pastoral ministry in Butare deanery, says they are currently encouraging children to continue making prayer a priority and allow themselves to be nurtured in line with the message being emphasized during this period. The competitions are continuing across the different deaneries of Diocese of Butare. The final competition is scheduled for the 1st September 2026, bringing together the children's evenings that emerge victorious from the various deaneries. This year's competitions are focusing particularly on traditional dances, drama, poetry, and other activities based on the theme Nurture Me Well, Raise Me Well, and I Will Do Good, a capable and empowered child. Well, before we continue to the international news tonight, let's go to a short commercial break.
Burya inzozi z'umwana zitangirira ni mu ishuri ritanga uburezi bufite ireme. Iryo shuri nta rindi ritari Ecole Saint-Anibal.
Ishuri Saint-Anibal ubu ryatangiye kwandika abanyeshuri bazaryigamo umwaka w'amashuri wa 2026-2027.
Twakira abana guhera muri materineri ya mbere, iya kabiri n'iya gatatu ndetse no mu mashuri abanza kuva mu mwaka wa mbere kugeza mu mwaka wa gatanu.
Muri Ecole Saint-Anibal abana bahabwa uburere n'ubumenyi bufite ireme. Akarusho ku mwana wize muri iki kigo kandi nuko abadudubiza icyongereza n'igifaransa.
Kubira ishuri ari ry'abapadiri b'abarogationiste bituma umwana uharerewe akurana indangagaciro za gikristu.
Ushaka kwandikisha umwana wawe tugana Ibwerankori ahazwi nka Kimisange ni mu murenge wa Kigarama mu karere ka Kicukiro. Dukora kuva ku wa mbere kugera ku wa gatanu mu masaha ya mbere ya saa 6.
Ku bindi bisobanuro wahamagara kuri telefone ubona kuri ekra yawe. Tegura hazaza heza h'umwana wawe umujyana muri Ecole Saint-Anibal.
Nibyo koko sujya wifuza kugura tent wifuza ukabura aho wabariza? Kigali Tent Tech ubu ni igisubizo kuri wowe. tubakora amatente y'ubwoko butandukanye mu buryo bwa kinyamwuga bitewe n'uko mubyifuza. Tubakora amatente atwikira imodoka igatandukana n'izuba ndetse n'imvura birinda kwangirika. Tubakora amatente akoreshwa mu birori bitandukanye nk'ubukwe, inama zitandukanye n'ibindi. Abo mu bukerarugendo namwe Kigali Tent Tech ntitwabibagiwe kuko tubakorera tente nziza zo gukambikamo zijyanye n'imiterere y'ikirere, camping tent. Tubakora kandi amarido meza akoze muri tent arinda amahuhwezi kwinjira mu nyubako, canopy tent n'imitaka myiza yo kwicaramo muri jardin, kuri piscine n'ahandi, amahema atwikira ibicuruzwa n'ububiko bw'amazi buzwi nka water bladder. By'umwihariko kandi tubasanira amahema yangiritse mu buryo bwa kinyamwuga. Kigali Tent Tech dukora Kimisagara hafi na Kiliziya ya Saint Pierre. Ku bisobanuro birambuye waduhamagara cyangwa ukatwandikira kuri 0788914143 cyangwa ugasura imbuga nkoranyambaga zacu Kigali Tent Tech. Kigali Tent Tech, we deliver quality.
Even if it breaks my heart. Hi guys, do you have a worn-out tire or do you have a tire puncture? At Martin Business Park, we offer retreading services where we turn your old tire into a brand new tire.
Choosing retread tires is a smart move. They cost less, last long, and deliver reliable performance. Retread tires reduce waste, save resources, and help protect our environment. Safe, affordable, and eco-friendly. Retread tires keep you moving while saving money.
Also offer free delivery services to people in Kigali and nearby Kigali. Martin Business Park is located in Free Zone Masoro, Mubuga.
Martin Hardware, crafting the future.
Nshuti bakunzi ba PACIS TV, tugeze mu mwanya dusubiza ikibazo kimwe mu babazo mu mwatubajije.
At Credo Hotel Huye, hospitality is more than a service, it is our promise. As you enter our welcoming gateway, you step into an atmosphere of elegance, comfort, and exceptional care. Our professional reception team ensures a seamless arrival experience, delivering personalized service with warmth, courtesy, and efficiency. Discover our beautifully designed guest rooms, where comfort, privacy, and quality accommodation create the perfect stay. Maintain your wellness routine in our fully equipped fitness center, refresh in our inviting swimming pool, and experience relaxation at its finest. Savor exquisite cuisine in our restaurant, where attentive service, fresh ingredients, and culinary excellence come together to delight every guest. Every smell, every detail, and every experience is carefully crafted to exceed expectations and create lasting memories. Credo Hotel Huye, where hospitality meets excellence.
Yemwe ya shuri bose bashaka ni College Fondation Sinaje.
Bakerarugendo namwe bashyitsi mugenda mu karere ka Muhanga no mu tundi turere two mu ntara y'Amajyepfo n'intara y'Iburengerazuba, namwe mwese mukeneye serivisi za hotel, ni muze nimugira mu mujyi wa Muhanga mukomeze gato, nimugera i Kabgayi murahasanga hotel yiteguye kubakirana urugwiro. Iyo nta yindi ni Hotel Saint-Andre Kabgayi. Hotel Saint-Andre Kabgayi tugufitiye serivisi zitandukanye za bar na restaurant kandi zitanga nk'ubuhanga n'icyubahiro ku mukiriya utugana. Tubafitiye kandi imikino itandukanye ifasha abatugana kuruhuka nka piscine wogeramo ukaruhuka mu mutwe, imyicungo igezweho abana bidagaduriramo bagataha banezerewe, tennis na table game bakunze kwita biyari, igisoro ndetse na volley yo ku mucanga bakunze kwita beach volley mukunda muri benshi nayo nitwayibagiwe. Ikindi nuko muri Hotel Saint-Andre Kabgayi twakira inama zitandukanye kuko tubafitiye ibyumba byiza by'inama utasanga ahandi, byaba bito ndetse n'ibishobora kwakira abantu benshi, ariko by'akarusho tukaba tubafasha no gukora inama mukoresheje ikoranabuhanga mu gihe mutari kumwe mu cyumba. ku bifuza serivisi za catering Hotel Saint-Andre Kabgayi, amafunguro n'ibinyobwa tubibagerezaho ku gihe. Tubafitiye ibyumba byiza byagutse biri mu byiciro bitandukanye, harimo n'ibyo bakunze kwita suite mu ndimi z'amahanga, ndetse byose ukaba ubibona ku giciro cyiza. Muri make ugeze muri Hotel Saint-Andre Kabgayi ahora yifuza kugaruka kubera uburyo yakiranywe ubwuzu n'icyubahiro utasanga ahandi, kuko serivisi tuzitanga kinyamwuga kandi zishingiye ku ndangagaciro za kizizi. Ku bindi bisobanuro waduhamagara kuri telefone ziri kuri ekara yawe cyangwa ukatwandikira unyuze ku mbuga nkoranyambaga zacu zitandukanye. Hoteli Saint-Andre Kabgayi, imfura mu mahoteli mu gutanga serivisi nziza inoze kandi ku gihe.
Mu gihe u Rwanda rukomeje kuba indashyirwa muri serivisi z'amahoteli, ubukerarugendo n'ubwikorezi bwo mu kirere, ni byiza kureba kure ukihugura mu masomo ajyanye nabyo. Kuri mwe murangije amashuri 3 yisumbuye, mbarangiye ishuri ry'amahoteli n'ubukerarugendo Kigali Excellent Tourism and Hospitality Academy. Iri shuri ryatangiye kwandika bifuza kwiga mu mwaka wa 4, uwa 5 n'uwa 6 mu mashami nka tourism ndetse na food and beverage operations. Twakira kandi abiga ubutetsi mu gihe gito, amezi 3, 6 ndetse n'umwaka umwe. Twigisha kandi tour guiding na barista training. Ku bufatanye n'abafatanyabikorwa bacu batandukanye abo mu Rwanda ndetse no mu mahanga, barimo nka La Maison Royale cyangwa Choice Hotels icunga amahoteli akomeye asaga 750 ku isi. Dushakira abanyeshuri bacu imenyereza mwuga bakabona n'amahirwe yo gukomeza umwuga bahisemo ku rwego mpuzamahanga. Ukeneye ibindi bisobanuro wadusanga aho dukorera ku muhanda wa Rwanda Sonatibe haruguru gato ya Atelier Dive, cyangwa ugahamagara telefone ubona kuri ekara yawe. Mubyeyi, urashaka ko umwana wiga kandi agahuzwa n'isoko ry'umurimo cyangwa akabona amahirwe yo gukomereza amasomo ye ku rwego mpuzamahanga, gana Keta tumufashe kugera ku nzozi ze.
Nyuma rero ugiye kutubwira impamvu zatumye uhitamo kuza gusaba akazi hano?
Bwa mbere nza gusaba akazi hano nari nabitekerejeho, mbabarire. Murakoze. Mu by'ukuri numvaga mfite ubushobozi ndetse n'ubushake.
So kutiteguye bihagije, nuko utaryama neza. Gonda Farm, le paradis du matelas.
Ufite Canal Plus, abafite na Netflix. Niho honyine warebera K-pop Demon Hunters ndetse anime y'inyamamare muri iyi minsi. Mu mazi magari, abasare ba One Piece muri season ya 2 baragashya kugeza ku nkombe. The Polygamist mwese mwakukiye imitima uyireba yicara na karawuri k'amazi hafi aho. The Night Agent season ya 3 nibiturika bidasigwo bihasanze. Kuri Netflix ufite amahitamo y'imyidagaduro y'impande zose z'isi. Netflix iri muri abonema y'ikirenga, nta yandi mafaranga wongeyeho. Niba ufite abonema, ihutire gukurikiza amabwiriza ubundi ubone igisobanuro cy'uburyohe.
Babivuze ukuri.
Welcome to our international news tonight. CIA Director John Ratcliffe has made a rare and previously unannounced visit to Moscow, where he held talks with Russian intelligence officials amid heightened tensions between Washington and Moscow. The visit, which took place on Tuesday, marks the first publicly known trip by Ratcliffe to Russia since becoming CIA director. The Kremlin later confirmed that Ratcliffe met with his Russian intelligence counterpart, although it did not disclose their identities or the specific issues discussed. The surprise visit has attracted significant attention because it comes at a time when United States of America and Russia relations remain strained, particularly over the war in Ukraine and wider tensions involving Iran. Ratcliffe did not meet Russian President Vladimir Putin, but Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov said Putin was informed about the outcome of intelligence discussions. US President Donald Trump described the trip as a semi-routine, while the exact purpose of the meetings remain undisclosed. The visit highlights the continued importance of intelligence channels between Washington and Moscow, even as broader diplomatic relations remain difficult. From Russia to Nepal, at least 55 people have been killed and hundreds remain missing after devastating flash floods swept through northern Nepal on Wednesday. The worst hit areas include Al Rasua, Nuwakot, the Din and surrounding districts where both Koshi and Tishuli rivers surged suddenly, sweeping away homes, roads, bridges and power infrastructure. Nepal's tourism board has reported 384 people missing in the affected area, including 291 foreign nationals, many of whom were tourists or pilgrims traveling in the region. Nepalese authorities have launched the major search and rescue operations, deploying the army, police, armed forces, and helicopters to reach affected communities. Rescue efforts have been complicated by damaged roads, rising water levels, and difficult mountainous terrain. Authorities have also urged the residents living along Tishuli River and other vulnerable areas to move to safer ground as flood waters continue downstream. The exact cause of the sudden flooding remains under investigation, with officials examining reports of landslide or avalanche-related event upstream in Tibet that may have triggered the surge. Well, thank you very much for being with us tonight. But before we come to an end, let's go back to the top stories. His Excellency President Paul Kagame has met with the President of the African Development Bank, Dr. Sidi Oldita, for discussions on strengthening cooperation between Rwanda and the Continental Financial Institution and advancing Africa's development agenda. Some Ugandans who regularly make pilgrimages to Kibeho say the holy site has become a place of profound spiritual and personal transformation. A total of 240 young men and women who have completed the third phase of Imbuto Zitohe civic education program have pledged to become agents of change by actively participating in various government programs. In international news, at least 55 people have been killed and hundreds remain missing after devastating flash floods swept through northern Nepal on this Wednesday. Well, it was a very huge privilege to be with you tonight, and thank you very much for choosing PACIS TV. My name is Benjamin Kwizera, and I wish you a very fantastic night.